Okay.
Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Julianne and I am from Auckland Deaf Society, and this is my work colleague. Hello everyone. Sorry, I can't, Marianne, thank you. So my sign name is Marianne. Thank you. And I'm hearing impaired. Thank you. So I'm fully deaf, which is yay. So Auckland Deaf Society is basically there to support deaf people within Auckland. There are opportunities to meet, to socialise, to do sports and celebrate. Like, for example, New Zealand Sign Language Week, which just happens to be this week. And to share information using sign language, focusing on connection and community access. Okay, so the things that are affecting us now and the climate impacts here in Auckland. We've had flooding, we've had heat waves, water restrictions, rising food costs, waste, and that affects our daily lives. So the information is mostly spoken, obviously, or English, written. And English is generally a second language in the deaf community, which means we have access limits. Next slide, please. So basically the barriers, there are many, but mostly for information. English is not the first language of sign language users. Written information is really difficult to understand. Group discussions are hard to follow, hard to connect with the wider conversation, and deaf people miss out on that information. Next slide, please. So our workshop ideas means a delivery using New Zealand Sign Language, which provides full access. So each topic will be a workshop twice, one at night time for the community itself and one during the day for deaf seniors. Because obviously deaf seniors can't drive at the evening, so we try and encourage them to get together on a fortnightly basis. So we would have one workshop on a Saturday evening for the wider community and one during the week for the older community. These would involve presentations, training activities, discussions, and at the end, then we provide food, like finger food. Deaf people love finger food. It's their day. So socialising time as well. And that's really important in the deaf space. Next slide, please. So the topics that we'd like to cover are training, skills, problems, actions, floods, the clean-up process after a flood, water use, conserving rainwater, and then for waste, beeswax wraps, food costs, obviously growing the garden, it seems to be a thing here today, and also keeping your home cool, focusing on real useful skills for real life. Next slide, please. So a partnership with Deaf Way. Workshops would include filming of the workshops, editing, subtitles, and quizzes would be included. Making the videos, obviously, in New Zealand Sign Language, and sharing it with Deaf Way and Auckland Deaf Society, and accessible for all over Aotearoa, and continuing learning resource. And then we'd love to make contact with other deaf organisations, Deaf Aotearoa, Deaf Wellbeing, and share those resources for the wider community. Next slide, please. So the impact that we're expecting that it would have is an increased understanding, an increased knowledge, preparation for the future, a strong connection together. The problem is building the confidence to support the positive outcomes. So budget. Over to you, Miriam.
Okay, so the budget is $16,082.
That's for 10 workshops, 5 videos, food and interpreters all together.
Oh, you've covered all of that. Great. Fantastic. I was trying to watch the interpreter. Okay, so in summary, happy New Zealand Sign Language Week, everybody! Woohoo! Thank you very much. Thank you. Any questions? You are most welcome.
Monica? Yeah.
Great. Okay. So to provide you with some feedback, I know that deaf people are behind. There's so many gaps in information, and it's really important for that information to be provided in our first language. You provided a day and evening choice, which I think is a fantastic idea because it covers more of the community. Well done. Just to let you know that deaf seniors means that they've got 50 plus age bracket. Previously it was 65 and over, but we've changed it to 50 plus now because there's a lot of people that are a bit younger that we isolated or unemployed, so we decided to drop that age bracket. Yeah, so that's fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
Jade, yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, happy Sign Language Week. Thank you very much for your presentation, loved it. I'd like to remind the audience, of course, that sign language is an official language of New Zealand. So the project we're considering is very important with that in mind. Looking back at your written material, I'd like to ask you a question just around the targeting of Tangata Waikaha Māori and Pacifica people. Can you elaborate how you'll work on that?
Okay, well, firstly, deaf people are overrepresented in the Māori and Pacific ethnicities. More than 50% of deaf people are Māori and Pacifica. So, in our team, our events coordinator who will be managing all of this is Māori. In fact, Māori is her first language. And so we do have quite significant involvement because our ethnicity mix is very and our involvement with those communities is very high.
Lisa.
Kia ora, Les here. I just wanted to ask, because I know there's a person who taught me Te Reo Sign Language, Matua Richard P. Because I know some of the sign language interpretations are different and it's translated into Te Reo, and it's a bit sensitive, some of the signs. So I was just seeing how you're going to adapt that and make it more culturally appropriate for the representation of this country, Māori representation.
That's a really interesting question, and thank you for that. I actually do have to pass that over to Julianne, not because I want to put her on the spot, but because sorry Julianne, but just because she is actually more qualified to answer that than me.
It's a really good question to ask. Wow. Māori deaf or Turi deaf, they are quite different from an English language perspective, yes. But with sign language and sign language grammar, Māori deaf words and concepts are quite different. They have their own words and their own signs for the different concepts. It is slightly different to New Zealand Sign Language. It is still in development. The resources for Turi deaf, we are waiting on that development to spread further throughout the country.
Oh yeah, there's a question?
Yes, sorry to pass this thing about me from great presentation. I wanted to ask about your budget because it's a very reasonable budget that you've asked for, and you're doing quite a lot with that. Do you think that that amount is going to be enough for you to be successful?
Well, that's a very good question. Yes, very good.
especially when we saw what everyone else's budgets were today.
Now's your chance.
But now's our chance, yeah. But we did plan it quite carefully, and we've itemised it quite carefully, and with the quotes attached to it quite carefully. And we have provided quite a bit of in-kind support. So, for example, we haven't charged for my time, we haven't charged for the use of our venue, because it's a collaboration. And we really wanted to make sure it goes ahead, because we really want to make sure that the information gets out to the deaf community who otherwise would not have access to this information. And so that was our priority, and so we wanted to be really realistic so we could really make sure it goes ahead.
Thank you.
Great answer.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy to do that.